How do you know if you're ready to start cutting opal? A good way to find out is light some $100 bills on fire and watch them burn. And if it bothers you at all, probably shouldn't start. Welcome to the Opal Dungeon. It's delivery day. We got a delivery from the Blacklighters. 2 pieces of rough. One pretty good sized one small one. $390 with shipping for 2 pieces. What this video will be. Okay, so I've had the weekend to think about this. And I'm going to edit probably pretty heavily my initial reaction to getting this parcel from the Blacklighters. I was pretty disappointed. I still think that it should have been obvious, and it probably was obvious, that this one stone was cracked all to pieces. And to be 100% fair, I can return them for a full refund. I've said many times I don't like to do that. One, because it's a pain in the butt to go to it's 30 minutes to go to the post office, fill out customs forms and pay $30 to ship it back, and 4 weeks to wait to get your money back. Probably in this case, $390 would be worth it, but I don't want to do it. And every opal I cut's a gamble, and this one will be a special challenge. Let me talk about why I'm going to cut these opals. Let's look at them. But first, let me show you my initial reaction, just part of it, so you can see what I saw. Let's start with the big one. 19 karat Cooper Petey, $180. What did I see in this one? This one looks like a, oh my goodness sakes. All right, there's something I definitely didn't see. See the cracks? Cracks. 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 Oh my goodness sakes. Let me trying to get to where you can see these better, but see the crack there. See the crack there. The crack there. The crack there. This thing is shot. This whole thing is shot full of cracks. And here's the thing. There's no way you couldn't pick this up and know that it was full of cracks. Now the color there, you can see. So this is, as I see it, wet on the auction. And you can see why I went, oh dang, that one looks like a nice one. I ought to cut a nice stone. Okay, here's our big stone. I've taken and with the flashlight marked the cracks here. Each pencil mark there is a crack. And so the reason why I'm going to go ahead and cut this is you'll notice where that really nice color is, there aren't cracks in it. And I think I can still cut a stone right here and a stone right here. Here and here. I mean, instead of doing one big one, I think I'm going to cut 2 stones out of this and try to stay away from those cracks and gamble that they'll stay stable and won't crack. But the color is good enough that it's worth, I think, go ahead and cutting them. And I just simply don't want to go to the trouble of sending these back. So let's maybe go put some, let's go maybe mark out some stones and see what we can get out of this. I mean, can't deny, that's very nice color. Here's what I'm thinking. An oval and a cushion cut. In the heart of the best color. Avoiding any of the visible cracks. It does look like we would be wasting some decent color right there. Yeah, we might not want to waste that much color right there. I might want to revisit that. Maybe 2 cushion cuts. Maybe a large cushion cut. If this color bar wasn't arched in here like this, we could try for 1 large cushion cut. But what we'll do is we'll go cut those cracks out and cut right down there between the two, and then we'll see what we can get out of that and what we can get out of that. I don't think we want to try and get 1 stone. I think we're going to gamble that we'll get one or the other, and if we're lucky, both. But I don't want to waste this color right here, so we might end up doing a circle or another cushion. Let's start with that. Okay, so there it is. You can still see the crack is definitely there. I'm going to start taking it back and just checking it every once in a while to see if we're still in the crack. It goes clear through the color bar at this point, but I'm hoping it shallows up and we'll take off no more than we have to. Oh, and yeah, I thought I was recording earlier when I first started this piece. I took it in to where I have all the cracks off but that one, just to summarize. We're going to try and see how much we're going to take off to get that crack out. Still see it there. I'm using minimal water so that the crack stays visible. Still see it there, and it's still clear through the full thickness of the color bar. So might be gone there. So that might possibly be our stone. Right there. If we can keep the crack out of it. I'll let it dry again and check it and see if I can still see any crack while we work on the other piece. Okay, I'm gonna make sure the camera's recording. The last couple of times I thought it was recording and it wasn't, but here's our other piece. You can see we've got amazing color there. You can see we've cut out most of the cracks. We still have these 2 cracks right here. And we don't have any color there, so we know we obviously want to get rid of that. I'm actually using the zoom on the camera to look for those cracks. You see we still got 1 from the pencil mark right there. Some of them are hard to see when it's wet, but we're already up into the color. There's no color in this corner. So we know that's got to go away just because it doesn't have any color. Okay, now we're back up into color there. You see the color just, that's the maximum extent of the color. We've got color all the way down. Okay, so we now have color all the way around. We now have only 1 of the cracks left right there. It's hard to tell when it's wet, so we don't really know. But that's what we're going to try and deal with right there. We're going to try and actually make that our oval. So there's that crack right there we're taking out. So now I'm going to go back over to the template and see what kind of a... Actually, there's no point in that. Let's just dot that up and make the biggest oval we can make and then check it for cracks. Obviously, we like that color. Be right back. Okay, so we're using the camera and the zoom on the camera to look for these cracks, and you can see this one right here. The one running this way. That isn't even one that I had listed, which isn't a good sign, but it isn't the one that was going in this direction. We have this one right here. It appears to be fairly shallow. It might go out here pretty quickly. See it right there? Pretty clear that that one might come out, hopefully. On this one, I'm not immediately seeing any more cracks. We might be out of them on this one. That'll be nice. Let's start roughing these in. First, we'll start by taking out this one. Either the water's hiding it or that one came out. It's hard to say. Let's go a little bit further. True up our sides. Clean up those bases. We'll see if we can get a cushion cut about that size right there out of that one. So, as you might imagine, I was pretty disappointed when I got this. I was really looking forward to it. Now I have another parcel coming that'll probably be here in the next day or two of some gray-based, dark-based tuber that should be really amazing. But to get this and immediately see the cracks that should have been disclosed when I bought it was really disappointing. The right thing to do, probably what most people see, how we're really thin on the color bar here. I think we got enough, but not near the amount of color bar we have on this side right here. So we might go in just a little bit more on this corner right here, just to not be in that super thin color bar, so I can get a better dome. Now I really need to get that oval that I drew on there. I need to get it off because it's just going to throw me off. Now, where I'm just going to go for the largest oval I can cut here. So let me go over here and just wash it off real quick. Okay, that gives me, look at the color. You can see why I'm gambling here and seeing if we can get stones out of this. This is, I mean, it's just dreamy color. So I will give it that. This stone had everything you could want for in color if the cracks don't make it fatally flawed. I'm refining the shape. The further I go in, the further I get away from those cracks that I saw, but the smaller our stone gets. If we could get, so the frustrating thing here is, yes, it's amazing, but what I thought I was going to get was probably, that stone was 22 carats, I believe, and I thought as big as the color bar, thick as the color bar was, and everything, I thought I was going to cut about a 10 carat stone out of it. I'm probably going to get about, if I'm lucky, 4 out of this one, and another 2 out of this one, so I'll end up with 6 carats in 2 stones rather than 10 carats in 1 stone that I was hoping for. But I mean, look, Opal almost never cuts what you hope it would. It cuts what it will. So I understand that. But I still think that probably I'm done. This one, I just think that this one should have been an obvious, hey, we're selling this one as a broken, cracked piece. It should have been pretty obvious. If I can get anything out of this, it'll be because I won the gamble. I don't have quite the thickness of the color bar that would let me have a nice big high dome like I'd like to, but I probably will get one on the other one. See, we still got some cut marks on this side right here and some cracks right there. Okay, I think we're ready to move to the next wheel. That's all we want to do right there. let this one dry a little bit. I'm not currently seeing any cracks in it right now. You see that the sand does come up pretty high into here. And I don't know if that's going to get better or worse as we go in. Probably worse. I'm going to take that chip out. I'm going to chew up this side right here. Then I'm going to start going in on that color bar. I think on this one, oh, that sand is just going to eat us up right there. Look how we got color bar clear down to here on this side, but that sand up there is going to make it where we can't do the dome that I would like. I might need to go shine the light into it and see how bad that sand blob's going to be. It'd almost be ironic if it wasn't the cracks but the sand that killed us on this one. It definitely goes in there a little ways. That blob right there. See, there's your best, and it goes pretty close to the top. Let me. The more I go in, the closer to that sand gets to the top of the color bar. Let's start rolling the color bar down and see what we can get. I actually like doing cushion cuts. Oh, we just had a big chip come off the top. See that big chip roll off right there? Further sign of our cracks. There's one I didn't see. Another big chip just came off the face right there. So there's even more cracks. You can see that chip that came out right there. There's even more cracks that I didn't see, which shouldn't be surprising. Taking a little bit more off of this wheel. Came up with a jumping stick. I just shrunk the size down a little bit so that yeah, I don't know. Gotta go redop this one. Trying to roll those chips out. The problem is because of the sand on the one side, I can't roll all the sides that far. So I'm going to go redop that one. Let's see where we are here. Let's see if this whole thing was a disaster. It's on me if it is. I should have sent it back when I realized how cracky it was, but as I said, I just hate to do it. That's how much I hate to drive to the post office and the customs forms and then the weight. See if we can't get a just about there on our shape. We're going to start rolling that dome down. So far, we haven't had a chip come out of the face on this one. That doesn't mean we won't. starting to work that dome down. Obviously that color is just dreamy. But I can't go down any more with the dome than that right there. It will be out of the color bar in this corner. I was hoping we'd pick up that color more because I've come in quite a bit, but just that one corner is just not really helping us out with our size. We either go in more and shrink the size to try and get a higher dome, or we just go with a lower dome, which is what I'm choosing right at the moment. Thin in that corner right there, and that corner right there. I think we're okay to go a little bit further. I'm afraid to go too much further in for more of that sand creeping in that we didn't see in the other one. As much as I looked at it for the cracks, that sand, I didn't see it. It's in the face of this cushion cut. It's about this point in setting the bevel that I think your flaws in your overall shape reveal themselves, so I always go back and relook at it. Tell me how you think of that oval right there. Now we just go back and when you're cutting these ovals like this, you spend about 2.5 to 3 times more time on the long edge than you do on the, basically I grind a little on the flat and then round it around the corner, grind a little flat around the corner. And that way I end up with the same amount down on each side. If you spend equal amounts, you're going to end up with low spots on both sides. See, our dome's not quite flat yet. So we got some work to do on that dome to get it. Luckily, the worst side is on the side right now that has the thicker color bar. Okay, so you want to look at our dome right there. You see we've only got the low dome right now. A little bit uneven yet. Re-dop the cushion cut and we'll get it ready for the pre-polish wheel, the 1200 grit. I just kind of got a feeling that the shape's not quite there. We're about there now. ready to low to medium dome is what we'll end up with. We're going to try and give it just a little bit more. Refine that top just a little bit more. Okay. Alright, we get the other one dopped up again. Okay, we got our cushion redopped. See that chip out of that face right there? Hoping we can roll most of that out. Or at least some of it out so I don't have to reduce it. All we'll do is, oh, that sand is, that chip in this face too. Still seeing this, the chip. Still feel the chip. You can see that sand. The sand just keeps climbing on her face. Just keeps climbing up into the face. It might eat us up completely. Side. Yeah, it's showing right up into the face. If you go in on this side, you gotta take a little bit off the long side, you gotta take a little off the short side or it starts getting to be a funny shape. We're going to get that sand where it's not in the face without taking too much out. I'm trying to get it to where when it's set it's not visible. Okay, we're ready to take that one to the pretty polish wheel. It acts like it's got some skin on it yet, but I don't think they're going down any further. Better hope to that. Okay. find a better angle to give you on this wheel that's tough. And this sanding belt that I have on here is just slightly oversized or something because it shifts pretty easy where the one I had on there before didn't. And this wheel's loud, so I don't talk a whole lot. We'll take that and polish. See the sand? I do. Yeah, that one's just kind of hosed. There's a big sand pit right there. This one goes a little better. All I'm doing on this one is taking the facets and the grind marks out of that last wheel. Is always your first look at it right here. About by the time I get it about this, well, I like to peek. Beautiful color. We knew there would be. Do we have a stone? We'll look at it closely and find out. Okay, let's take a look at what we ended up with. Our cushion cup is completely eaten up by sand. Look at it through the light, that sand goes all the way in, and it's not going to get any better by trying to cut it out, unfortunately. It's all sand underneath there, and the color kind of reflects that. But, I mean, there's still, I don't know. I think that one was a complete loss. Now, I don't blame the sand on anything other than just luck of the draw. That's how the Opal went. I didn't see it in there. I looked at it several times with the light. That just is the unfortunate thing about Opal is you get sand. Okay, now we do have this one. Didn't end up being quite as big as I hoped. We had to keep coming in. But 3.3 carats is what we ended up with. Got a little bit of sand on this side that I was afraid if we kept going in it would get worse. But as of right now, we've got 3.3 carats of very nice color. I'll take this outside and show it to you outside because this one's probably going to show even better outside than in this light. But now the question is going to be, I don't currently see any cracks in this. I think we cut a clean crack-free stone. The question is this material stable enough to stay crack free? Only time will tell. Let's go look at it in the sunlight and I'll talk about it just a little bit. Okay, I apologize. There isn't any sunlight left to show it to you in. So here is just some incandescent light. Obviously it's got very nice color. It's got orange, blue, green. Right there, the orange is punched real hard. It is flagstone, floral. That's a beautiful stone. We'll see if it can stay crack free. 3.3 carats is what we got. $185, I believe. Well, there we go. I'm sure some of you will not like the video. I get in trouble every time I say something even honest but negative about any transaction I have, but this channel is always just going to be transparent and honest. And $180 for this stone. We'll do with the next stone, deal with the next stone in another video. If that stone ends up staying crack free, I think we got a winner there. We got a stone that's worth easily the $100 that we spent on that piece. It wasn't anything close to what it looked like it was going to cut. That's opal to a certain extent. Opal almost never cuts exactly what it's going to look like it cut. The difference, in my opinion, is this. The sand, I couldn't see the sand when I was looking at it. The sand is just one of those unknown variables, but the cracks were obvious. It was obvious to me that it would have been, it should have been noticed. I think that it was noticed. It wasn't disclosed, and I would have bid accordingly if it would have been shown that it had all those cracks in it. And I wouldn't have expected a 10, 8 or 10 carat nice big piece. I would have expected something more like this, and I would have bid accordingly. And because of that, I'm not going to buy any more opal from the blacklighters, unfortunately. It's just, this is one too many. That handy parcel, 100 carats for $100, it was just absolute junk. That was my last one that I got. Now, I got a parcel, will be here in a couple days, that's black Cooper Pedy, or not black, dark Cooper Pedy base. It might be amazing, and I might change my mind, but I have other sources to buy from. I've had too many times where this is just like, to me, I've decided I'm not going to buy any more from them. I could have sent this back. I could have got my money back. I don't want to do that. I decided to gamble. Like every opal cut that I make is a gamble. If this one stays crack free, I didn't lose money. I just think that the transaction should have been done differently, and it should have been disclosed that it was a cracked piece full of cracks. You guys tell me what you think. Obviously, I think we cut a nice stone. The other piece I think is a complete waste, a complete loss, but that's no fault of the seller. That's just how opal is. And if you like this video, like and subscribe. If you don't, then sorry, not every transaction works out. And in this case, I think it's too many things lined up to where I've just decided that I'm not going to buy anymore. Thanks for watching. All right, if you want an update, right there's a crack. It's developed. See it right there. I don't know if we just wait and see. Cracks like that tend to just keep spiraling out. If I was to hurry up and try to cut it, would it stop it? I don't know. But that kind of puts to rest any hopes that it was stable enough to cut. My bad, my gamble. But we didn't get all the cracks out of it, or it just simply kept cracking. There you go.